NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite and approved by the men of the Square Table. Good call. And now, here's your host,
Dre, aka Beats by Dre, aka your HFFL commish. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Week 4 episode of the League Notes. Now, this week brought to you a surprise performance, a repeat high score performance. We saw a team overcome COVID, and we had a pretty interesting transaction take place that we're going to go ahead and cover. And there's only one way that we're going to review the week's matchups. You already know. Welcome everybody to this weekend's episode of The Blitz. Without further ado, we're going to get into our first matchup of Kareem Pie versus Ground and Pound. Now, Ground and Pound was one of the COVID-impacted players, seeing Derrick Henry having to take an unforeseen bye. While Traquan Smith did perform valiantly, the rest of his team didn't, including Kenyon Drake. It could be panic mode for this team in terms of his second-round pick. Now, as for Kareem Pie, what can we say? This is back-to-back weeks with high scores. This week posting 166.25. That was led by George Kittle. We can say he's back, and he's going to be perhaps the top tight end of the season. Now, as far as what Kareem Pie has to feel about his opponent, these were his comments after his win.
Think of Happy Gilmore.
I didn't get a chance to see him play. I was too busy winning.
You gotta admit, that's a hell of a drive, 450 yards, huh?
Yeah, how do you finish again? Dead last? Oh, yeah, he had a good day, though. Thanks.
The next matchup was a high-scoring affair between Get Gronked Up and Main Event Mafia. As for Get Gronked Up, he got exactly what you would want out of your first three draft picks, putting up an impressive 147.3 on the week. Now, for Main Event Mafia, he was led yet again by Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and it was Aaron Jones who brought it home for this team on Monday night. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I want to say that this next clip accurately depicts the vibe of this matchup.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Yeah, there it is. Nice.
The next matchup was a battle between the Lopez cousins with Armani Tots versus that little motherfucker with glasses. The little motherfucker with glasses did his thing, yet again putting up 127.8, which isn't bad. But yet again, his opponent absolutely goes off. And in my opinion, it was quite frankly a surprise. Armani Tots puts up 152.75, led by Amari Cooper and Joe Mixon with a 40 buffet. Now, I don't know if this is something that's going to continue or if this is a fluke, but congratulations, Armani Tots, for your win this week. The next matchup features Beats by Dre versus He Hate Me. I don't want to do too much commentary as I feel that this clip accurately depicts what happened during this matchup.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's fast.
Give me some new shit. See me putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I know your mother. Oh, yo can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm less than 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now.
Okay. We're okay. Wow. Are you okay? Well, what's the matter?
Beats by Dre got the win, sure, but he's absolutely sick that He Hate Me was able to pull off that trade with Chubby Zeke Mo. And that leads me to the next matchup between Champagne Boppy and Chubby Zeke Mo. Champagne Boppy is showing off his true contender and former championship pedigree, being able to weather the COVID storm. Granted, 118.05 is lower than what he's currently putting up, but what can you say when COVID strikes unexpectedly? Now, as for Chubby Zeke Mo, after this loss, after the Nick Chubb injury, it's absolute panic mode with the trade he just pulled off. Wait a second, we have a report coming in from Shefty. It was confirmed earlier today by a source out of the He Hate Me regime that this owner was prepared to ship not only Stephon Diggs, James Robinson, but he was willing to package an additional wide receiver and running back solely to acquire Ezekiel Elliott. Being that he was given DJ Moore in the trade, He Hate Me is at an all-time high and feels that he absolutely won the trade. We get it. You've been hit by the injury bug. But it's week 5, and right now it's not the time to hit the panic mode. I get it. You need help, so you trade your marquee player. But as evidenced by Shefty, you could have gotten so much more and gave up so much less to get a better package. But instead, you decided to give up Ezekiel Elliott and DJ Moore, who you took in the 1st and 3rd round. At this point, you gotta ask yourself, why do I even draft? Maybe the auto draft method should be the approach for you going forward if you're just going to essentially have an early Black Friday fire sale with your team. So with that being said, there's only one thing that I can say about this owner and this transaction.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
The last and certainly the least matchup of the week, we have Christian McCurtain versus Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode got just enough out of Patrick Mahomes Monday night to pull out the win, putting up 109.6. As for Christian McCurtain, we got an exclusive interview from Mike Davis, who is still sad and quite confused as to why this owner didn't blow his fab once Christian McCaffrey was put on IR. Here are comments about Mike Davis and not being on this owner's team.
I don't know what went into that process. I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't.
Reviewing the week 5 matchups, we start with Champagne Boppy versus that little motherfucker with glasses. The little motherfucker with glasses have been doing his thing week over week. But yet again, as I've been saying all season, I won't bet against Champagne Boppy until he has his first loss, especially when back at full health and not having to worry about COVID. Yeah, give me Champagne Boppy. Main event Boppy versus Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode is hurting right now with the injury to Austin Eckler. And with another prime matchup for Dak Prescott, give me Main Event Mafia. Kareem Pie versus Beats by Dre comes down to matchups. Beats by Dre's marquee players have tough matchups coming up. Kareem Pie's marquee players have pretty good and advantageous matchups. If Devontae Adams were playing, I might consider the other side, but give me Kareem Pie. Get Gronked Up versus Christian McCurtain. I anticipate this matchup to have absolute fireworks. But in reviewing the slate, Get Gronked Up has some cush matchups for his players, so get me Get Gronked Up. Visionary 2020 versus Ground and Pound. I think the injury bug's still going to hurt Visionary 2020, so in this matchup, give me Ground and Pound. Armani Tots versus Chubby Zeke Mo. We'll see if Chubby Zeke Mo's risk and gamble and trade away Ezekiel Elliott pays off. Now, if Michael Thomas plays, give me Armani Tots. In reviewing our leaderboard, Champagne Poppy leads the pack with 7 points. That little motherfucker with glasses hanging inside number 3, even though he has a 1-3 schedule. We have a couple of marquee performances and matchups, should I say, between a couple of the 4-point teams this week. And Armani Tots and Chubby Zeke Mo are jockeying to see who remains at the bottom and who moves up in the standing. So good luck to everybody, and you already know the motto.
The first thing I ever learned in sports is if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and it's only cheating if you get caught. Now I'm done.
Now I'm done.